Insider news reaching me right now says that on the 12th of August, a 10x is coming as part of the Lonatharil fusion. Right here, you can see it right there on your calendar. It's not new. We were expecting it. But what champions are going to be part of the 10x is what you don't know yet. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at some of these champions and see if it will be worth pulling for them. Now, if you want this legendary champion Lonatharil, you have no choice but to pull for this 10x. Yes, this is not one of those fragments or fusion events where you can skip out on a summon rush and only do the champion chase. No, you must pull for this summon rush in order to get these two fragments right there. 50 fragments total available right there. 2 epics mixed into them right there. So you cannot skip it basically. So that's what I'll be going for. I usually don't pull my shards on the 10x. I currently have 309 ancient shard, 40 voids, and 15 secrets right there. So let's head over to the index and see which champions that I'll be looking out for to get in this 10x, because I cannot skip it. How many shards will it be required for me to pull to get these points that is required to complete the summon rush? We don't know yet. We don't know the points yet. So tomorrow when the event launches, you'll find out whether you need 3 secrets or you need 6 secrets. So that's what you need to find out, or the equivalent in ancient and void shards. But if I was to guess, I'm thinking it's going to take about 5 secret shards to complete the summon rush. That's my guess right now. Tomorrow I'll see if I'm correct or not. Now I want to take a look at some of these champions, but I'll make it a little bit interesting for you guys. This is something I always get wrong. I see a name of a champion, I'm trying to find out which faction they belong to. I'll try to see if I can guess it. I'll get 3 attempts of these champions, legendary and epic champions that are available in this 10x. If I get it wrong, I will not check out that champion. Deal? Deal. So usually I'll have a list of the champion name and their faction, so I don't delay and go straight to it. But this time I didn't want to do it. Let's find out. The first champion that is available tomorrow for the 10x that you can pull from ancients or sacred shards, yes, ancient and sacred shards, is Chagar. I don't know if it's a void affinity champion, because that's not a champion that I do have. It sounds like that the new lion or tiger, Skinwalkers. I'll go ahead and guess Skinwalkers right now, because it seems like it's either a lizard or a Skinwalker, judging by the name. And I think it's going to be an legendary champion. So that's my first guess. I'm wrong. It's not a legendary champion right there. And it's also definitely not an epic champion. That's a legendary champion. So the next guess that I'm going to go for is the lizard man. No, let me not go for the lizard man. Chagar could be, sounds like somebody that could also be from the Shadow King. That's my second guess right there. Chagar, is it from the Shadow King? No, I got this one wrong also. If I get the third attempt wrong, and I'll be checking out this champion, I'll move on to the next one that is available for this 10x. You guys can let me know in the comments below if you got it right though. Is he a barbarian? I don't think so. Let me go for Lizardman as my third guess. Chagar right there, I got him. So he's a void champion. You cannot get it from ancient or sacred. You will need to pull void shards for this one if you want to go for this 10x champion. So I currently have 40 void shards. It's not a champion I own, like I said, and I know him for doing a bunch of poison stuff and sleep on the A1. Yeah, poison, decrease defense, and his passive is the weird one. Instantly attacks enemies with the default skill whenever they receive damage from poison. So anybody that gets damage from a poison, he just goes in there and hits them. I come across this champion in the arena and it's extremely difficult to deal with him, except you don't have any poisons on yourself. He just keeps taking turns whenever it's not even his turn. So that's what I see him for being used a lot in the arena. Now I do not know if he's being used anywhere else in the game, but that's where I see him as arena offense teams most of the time, or defense. So Chagar is one that I wouldn't mind getting, but I'm not going to be pulling my void shard tomorrow. No, he's not. I'm not that desperate for him. Now if it was a Krisk, if it was a Krisk 10x, yes, I'll pull all my 40 void shards for a 10x for Krisk, but he's not one that I'm so desperate about. All right, I got it on the third attempt. The next champion that is available for this 10x is Bad El Khazar. Bad El Khazar is a famous champion. You first of all come across him when you're playing the campaign stages. I think it's Vladimir Strat, or where you farm lifesteal artifacts from. That's where your first encounter with Bad El Khazar, even in the storyline. So he's a very famous and popular champion in raid. He's a boss in the campaign. That's what I'm trying to say. So I guess I should be able to guess that this champion is either a Dark Elves, Bad El Khazar is not one I also own, so I do not know his faction because I don't own him. So that's my first guess. I got it wrong. Bad El Khazar is supposed to be a magician or something like that. He's definitely not a Skinwalker. Definitely not a Sacred Order. Definitely not a Barbarian. Is it High Elves? It cannot be a High Elves. No. Demon Spawn. My next guess is Undead Hordes. Bad El Khazar, I got it right. So, because he looks a little bit undead. So, Bad El Khazar is one champion that you can bring into your teams to help you cleanse, right? He does the cleanse, removes all debuffs from all allies and places to continuous heal. That's what he's best known for. So, that's one champion that a lot of people use in their battles, and is also known to increase your ally. All allies inflict 20% more damage against targets under poison debuffs. So if he's on the team, all your allies, they just do 20% more damage, which is a nice passive to have. So a lot of people add him to their dungeon runs to just boost this damage, especially against poison explosion or fast teams. So Bad El Khazar, it's one that I would not mind pulling. So tomorrow I'll be looking at if I will pull this champion from my ancient shards or from my sacred shard. If I'll pull 5, I'm probably not gonna touch the ancients. I'll probably let it keep piling up, and I'll definitely pull my secrets instead of ancients, because I feel like you just get rare tax if you pull ancient shards. So I'll be pulling secrets instead if I have it, because I have enough. The next champion that is available in this 10x is Calvalax. Calvalax is an awesome champion. He's kind of new to raid. A poisoner that just starts the battle with putting 4 poisons on every enemy. That's an awesome passive to have. If I can guess his faction, Calvalax, I'll say belongs to let me guess Sacred Order. First guess Sacred Order, because it's kind of new to the game. Got it wrong. The second guess is definitely not a Banner Lord, not a Barbarian, not a Lizardman, or a Skinwalker. I'm gonna guess Dark Elves. Calvalax. I got the second guess wrong, and if I got this third guess wrong, I will not be checking me out in this video. And definitely not a Demon Spawn either. Night Rev maybe. Yes, I got it right the third time. Calvalax, there he is. Night Revenant faction champion, and this is the passive that I was talking about that places a poison, places 5% poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns at the start of each round. So he's awesome for that. And people use him a lot in the dungeons generally for this poison passive. I do not know where else is kind of useful in the game, but having a champion that places 4 poisons at the same time, it's awesome if you have a poison explosion team or if you want to do fast dungeon runs. So he's one that I'm looking forward to getting, and he will definitely replace one of my champions in those dungeon runs that places 2 poisons instead. Alright, Calvalax is one that I'll be pulling from, which not Void Shard, right? He'll be pulling from Sacred Shards. You can get him from Sacred and Ancient Shards tomorrow if you pull your shards. Now, the next champion is Theodore the Savant. Theodore the Savant. That's also a legendary, right? So they have 4 legendaries available and 4 epics available. Theodore the Savant, it's not a champion I don't even know how that one looks. I can't even begin to guess the faction. I'll guess Bannerlord's the first one. Theodore the Savant. They can sometimes like go by only their first name and last name, so I have to look closely so I don't skip out on one. Definitely got that wrong. Theodore the Servant, are you a Barbarian? No, probably a new champion that I don't know about. Alright, got it wrong. The third one, I'll definitely get this one wrong. I'll go for Theodore the Servant. Ogrin? Is he a servant? Definitely got it wrong. So sorry, we will not be checking out Theodore the Servant. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll look it out myself. But I got it wrong, so check that one out by yourself and tell me if you think it's worth pulling for. The next one, Epic Champion, is Urogrim. Epic Champion, Urogrim, we already know his faction is an Ogrin tribes. Urogrim is a quite popular... No, that's Ugo, right? No, that's Ugo. I'm mistaking Urogrim for Ugo. But they're the same faction because they kind of look similar, Ugo and Urogrim. So Urogrim is one champion I use for all my dungeon runs. Is in every poison explosion team, whether you're doing what do you call it now, clan boss. Yes, it's awesome for that also, to placing those poison and doing a cleanse for your team, whether you want to use him in the dragon or also in Ice Golem. Those are the three top places that this champion is best known for. So if you bring him into Doom Tower, he can also do work for you right there of a cleanse and a heal, not a revive. That's a cleanse and a heal, and this poison that he also adds to the fight. The A1 also has poison on it and can land effectively if you have the right masteries. I always use them in the leader slot because of this increased battle in all battles by 20% if I'm doing those dungeon runs. All right, that's Eurogrim. If you get this champion, Void Affinity, that means he will not get weak hits when he's landing those poisons at all. So Scabrius, the next one is Venomage. Venomage belongs to, we already know Venomage is a lizard, right? Yes. Awesome snake champion right there. Also a poisoner. So I guess this whole 10x is all about poisoners. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm seeing now. I didn't notice it when I was talking about the legendary champions, but right now when I come to the epics, now I notice that they are all talking about poison champions. And the skill that places poison for Venomage, which everybody knows about by now, is this A3 that also adds a heal reduction. This is a champion that helped me get through Doom Tower hard, those Sifi and Rotos waves that keep healing and reviving themselves. This is the solution that I built to solve that. So I do have a Venomage, and it's awesome champion that you can also use in the clan boss if you're still in early clan boss and you don't have an unkillable team. This is one that I'm looking forward to getting on the Noob to Pro one day, so we can start doing awesome stuff rather than just relying on Frozen Banshee, because on the A1 she just activates those poisons when she hits. So that's awesome to pair with a poisoner, not just on our own. Venomage can do work, but if you pair Venomage with another poisoner who plays the poison while she explodes them, it's awesome. Kind of like a dark kill, but a mini one. Alright, Eurogrim is also known to solo some stages if you have the good start, but I'm not building that champion for that purpose yet. Alright, the next champion is Scabrius, one champion I think that was part of a fusion. Scabrius is also a poisoner, I guess, and he's kind of like I forget which faction. Let me check. Skinwalkers. That's my first guess for Scabrius. And was I right? Yes, I was right, because he does look like one of those rats right there. So Scabrius is also a poison, I guess, but I know him for landing decrease attack, right? Let me check. A1, no, A1 poison, A2 decrease AoE leech. Then I'm looking for that decrease attack. No, yes, increase attack and weaken. That's what he's known for. Places 50% increase attack on this champion for 2 turns if the weaken debuff is placed. I thought it's an AoE one. No, it's not. So he's best known for this leech, AoE leech. Damage increases 20% when attacking enemies under poison. So it's not a popular champion. It's not one that you go to and build first as your source of leech. He's just one of those ones. He was part of a fusion and people thought he was cool, but he's not anything special. But if you don't have any poisoner for your clan boss, he can come in there and do work, I guess. So it's not the best. It's looking like the weakest champion out of all these 10x that we've gone through so far. The next champion on the list, or the last 10x champion in terms of the epics, is Aox the Rememberer. Now this one is an awesome one that helped me in my faction war series when I was trying to beat that faction. Which faction I'm talking about? Aox should be part of, let me guess, is either a lizard man or a skinwalker, one of them. Let me head over to the lizard man first and check. Yes, no, that's Scatix. They kind of look alike. Scatix and Aox confuse me sometimes, but that's Aox right there. When it came out, this champion was hyped a lot and he lived up to the expectations or the hype because of, where is it, the revive, right? Or is it the cleanse? Attacks one enemy, heals all allies by 10% of their max HP. It heals each ally by extra 2.5% off for each debuff on the target. That's not the skill I'm looking for. Decrease attack and decrease crit rate. That's also awesome. I'm kind of confusing Aox for Scatix, because I think Scatix is the one that has that revive that I was talking about, or the cleanse. The cleanse, yes. So I'm kind of confusing both of them sometimes. But yeah, Aox does something similar, but he will do a heal instead of a cleanse, and then decrease attack, decrease crit rate instead of a heal. Passive though increases duration of 2 random debuff on the attacker by 2 turns. So if you do have this champion, is not one I'll use in general content, to be precise. It's one that I built only for faction wars, but his it works in dungeons. If you're still trying to beat dungeon 20 content, he works fine. But I don't see him being used in Doom Tower. I don't see this champion being used in as high as even 25 dungeons or 24 dungeons. I don't see him, just to be honest. So, but I see him a lot in faction wars. People build Aox and use him. He keeps your team alive and he makes sure they take less damage. What happens to the A1? Each hit 10% chance of placing poison. Again, a weak poison. So him and Scabrios are kind of dragging the last spot for the weakest champion on this 10x list who can place poison. So that's the poison draft that is coming up on the 12th of August, which is tomorrow. I'll be pulling my shards to get the required number of points just to complete the summon rush. I'll not go crazy. I'll not pull all my 15 secrets. No, because it's a 10x. Pull what you need to get the summon rush points and call it a day. Save your shards for the next coming. Don't touch your void, because next week, after this Friday weekend, of course, next week is a 2x on void. So that's why I don't recommend pulling your void shard for the first champion, Chagar, or however they call his name. Let me know which of these champions fancies you caught your fancy and which one you'll be going for. For me, it's Badel, Khazar, and Calvalax. Those are my two top ones right now that I think will maybe not shake my account, but at least I need them. It's necessary that every raid player of my caliber have that account in my roster, but I'm kind of missing out by not having them. All right, you guys, drop a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I see you tomorrow for those shard pool videos. If you want me to pull your shards, join the Discord, drop a message, and let's, do the shard pool together and see what we all get as part of the summon rush for Lonatharil. Later, guys.